3-Minute Egg's coverage of the visual arts is supported by Wet Paint, an independent art supply store since 1976, serving Twin Cities artists and the world beyond. Learn more at wetpaintart.com. In the second of our 2 eggs from the Artist Studios in the Traffic Zone building, we take a look at the whimsical work of Perci Chester and Faye Passow on this 3-Minute Egg.
I like the pieces to be very weightless and to have a sense of balance where they're almost have a life of their own and can definitely exist as a kind of line drawing in space. Sometimes I see something in a material or in a shape of a material, and then I try to figure out, just without maybe my hands figure it out more than my head, and who it is resolves itself almost like a surprise. I keep trying to simplify the work more and more. I think the materials come second. The concept definitely comes first. And materials just what works and what seems to amplify the idea as best as possible. I love experimenting with new materials. I love incorporating disparate materials. The idea of doing prismatic glass and steel and water underneath. So I do see a lot of the pieces as models, especially the stainless steel pieces.
There's something about the Midwest that brings out this kind of oddball, humorous, slightly bent nature, you know. It's like my farm background's really serious background, but somehow it all gets mixed up. And I had always done drawings, but they didn't have any particular, it was mostly realism. And I was in my little class, same class, and I was kind of floundering around, and my teacher said, well, do what you know. And I'm like, from a dairy farm, so I started drawing cows. And, you can't entirely draw cows without having a sense of humor. So that's where it started. My Minnesota Principal Hot Dish by Region dish towels, they were based on vintage dish towels of the 50s, those souvenir dish towels. So that was my first map. But just the idea of mapping, somehow there's something about it as a way to read things, I think. It's like flat and not flat. It's a little risky as a fine artist to have a line like that. I think people don't always take you as seriously. I mean, they probably don't take me as seriously anyway because I do this kind of offbeat stuff, but I kind of see it as a way for people to have a piece of me for $10 or a piece of my art for $10. I've been a little bit in limbo. I've been doing this series of tree imagery, which is completely new for me to do something that doesn't have like a humor base to it at all, or a psychological base actually. Right now I'm doing the maps, which are kind of the other end of the spectrum almost completely, like this is the candy map, and then the trees, so it's really always jumping back and forth.